What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. Well, man, I tell you what, Dan Quinn is a popular man right now. Dan Quinn is now getting a request. Now, in case you haven't heard all of this, okay? In case you haven't heard all of this, the Commanders, who fired Ron Rivera, they're looking for a new head coach. They've asked for permission to talk to Dan Quinn. The Panthers, which I think is probably the worst job right now out there, the Panthers have asked for permission. This is a couple days ago to speak with them. And the Chargers, with Kellen Moore still there, have asked for permission. Now, just about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, Pete Carroll was fired by Seattle. And Seattle, I think, is the job that he would want because of the familiarity of Seattle. Now, it may be. Now, this is where I've said I hope that Dan Quinn has been on the other side and been the head coach, and maybe he doesn't like all that responsibility. It may be that he actually likes coaching the guys, actually making the sausage as opposed to overseeing the sausage being made, so to speak. You know, when he says things like, I don't want people, coaching my guys, that he is taking ownership with them. We now hear that the Titans, the fourth team that has now requested having conversations with Dan Quinn. That's 4 teams, and I can guarantee you that Seattle will be the 5th. So basically, everybody that's got a vacancy just about, with exception of the Raiders, have wanted to talk to Dan Quinn. Haven't heard about anybody asking to talk to Kellen Moore. Now, my hope is that Jerry Jones talks with Dan Quinn, who seems to be comfortable in Dallas and liking what he's doing, and letting him know the succession of, you are the next guy. Unless it is a job that you look at and say it's a high-profile one, you will be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is not going to do this forever. You're our guy. You're our guy. So that's what I'd look at. Now, what's interesting is, I put out a video earlier about Dan Quinn and Seattle. I said the job that I worry about. I don't know how good the Commander job will be. All I know is the stadium sucks. They have new ownership. And the stadium literally ends players' careers on that field. And quarterbacks' careers go to die. The Panthers, 3 coaches in the last 4 years they've had? I don't know that that's a stable organization. And the Spanos family with the Chargers, I'm not sure that that's a great one. I think Seattle is the place to go. Somebody commented on my video. Excuse me. Somebody comment on my video. Mark Holmes just made all that shit up. Okay, well, that's fine. Is it okay that I use my brain to come to a conclusion? Because that's what the talking heads do out there. Now, I'm looking here at an article since then from the Dallas Cowboys that came out 20 minutes ago. Now, that video's been out for about an hour and a half. NFL rumors, Cowboys, Dan Quinn, strong candidate for Seahawks to replace Carroll. In the wake of the Seattle Seahawks surprise move, parting ways with Pete Carroll as head coach, they may be targeting Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as his replacement. Per Ian Rappaport, Quinn is considered as a strong candidate to be hired by the Seahawks. Adam Schefter confirmed. Okay, Adam Schefter, here we go. That Quinn is expected to draw interest from the Seahawks, amongst others. Seattle Chair Jody Allen announced on Wednesday that Carroll will remain with the organization in an advisory role. So, yeah, that's a nice way of saying we fired him, but we don't want to disrespect him because of what he's done. You can guarantee you that he's an advisor. Okay, you advise your ass on someplace else, okay? So, for those who say, I made it up, my critical thinking is thinking like others. really a no-brainer. I mean, let's be honest. This is Captain Obvious shit here. Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl. He's the guy I always show, fast and physical. He's great there. They loved him there. He took the Atlanta Falcons, which has never won a Super Bowl. He took that team to the Super Bowl. They failed against New England, but who hasn't? The Giants and the Eagles. No, actually the Eagles did one time. And him coming to Dallas with their historically worst defense of their career. For him to turn the defense into what they are now, and seeing that we have had now in 3 years 2 of the highest intercepting guys in defense in a season, and Micah Parsons, of course he's going to be a hot candidate. So that's what we got, y'all. I'm worried now. Peace.